Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah, upgrade to ChatGPT. Yeah.
We did it. Yeah, no, it's impressive. I think it's the fastest we've ever. Yeah.
I
Nice.
gotta find it.
Perfect. Sure, he'll agree with it. We don't need to check with him at all.
UW.
Nice. That works.
Yeah, so previously, I I was going to give a recap if that's everybody's ready. Yeah, so the found out the crew had started making their way into the Coronos expanse. Um, so this is an unexplored region of space for the most part. Some rogue traders have been out here for a few hundred years, but very little has been mapped out. It's kind of the frontier of space, and the crew made their way to Footfall, which is the first port inside the Coronos expanse. As they were trying to figure out what to do, they were hailed by an Imperial naval vessel, the Hand of Redemption, where they were invited on board by Captain Keel to talk about a mission of utmost urgency from the Imperium. They found out that there's a system called Sfard that an envoy was sent to from the Imperium, and they have not heard back from this envoy. So the envoy had been sent to investigate why the system wasn't sending back resources and other communications and was just kind of largely becoming a flaky system. So they sent this envoy to investigate, and they haven't heard back from the envoy. And they've asked you, Captain Tempest, to take your ship, the Valkyrie, and your crew into the Sfard system and help Captain Keel investigate what happened with this envoy. The reason he chose your ship, you found out, was because your dynasty had at one point claimed the system point, and so your name is on the system registry as the owning dynasty, a ruling dynasty of this planetary system. So they thought you would be most helpful in getting, exploring the system and figuring out what's going on there. So, as we left, your ship had just successfully completed the navigating the warp. Took about a week's time, but you had just arrived in the outer area of the planetary system of Sfard. So that is where we start off. Your ship comes out of the warp, and you're able to see on the view screen in front of you in the bridge a bright red star of the main star in the system. Ahead of you, you see the Hand of Redemption come out of the warp nearby you as well, and a hail from Captain Kale comes over the Vox. Glad to see you've arrived safely. Let's make our way to Sfard Prime. So you see Hand of Redemption's intersystem engines warp come online and starts making its way towards the inner system. So your crew is looking at you for instructions, and the system is ahead of you. So, Captain, is there anything that you want to do now that you're in the system that you want your crew working on? You know that Larkin tried to do an investigation before he came here and just kind of came up with some information as far as where the system was, but you don't have much other system information. All right. Paul, Larkin, here's this command as the explorator aboard the ship. What is Larkin doing?
I wanted to scan the planet, get an idea of like its atmospheric composition. Like, is the air breathable? Like, do we need respirators? Like, are there any toxins or hazards present that we should be aware about? Map out like major settlements on the surface, stuff like that. Also from what the captain was talking about, like do a more comprehensive scan of the system, see if there's anything else here besides that planet that's of interest.
Okay. And so you want to do kind of start the sensors going to collect as much information on the system as the sensors are capable of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With a focus on the planet or
Yes,
just the star system in general?
Well, I'll focus on the planet, but I'm also interested to see if there's anything else anomalous or interesting in the system.
Okay.
Like if there's signs of like habitation or settlement on any asteroids or additional planets here or stuff like that. Space
Okay.
stations.
So Brad, Drexel being the ship priest, representative of the ecclesiarchy, he here's the Tempest call out for information about the system, and he sees Larkin making his way to a console, seemingly to get the sensors going. What is Draxel doing?
I think I'm just observing at this point. There's not a whole lot for a missionary to do when entering atmosphere.
Okay, sounds good.
Other than sit back and
You bask in the light of a star system that has felt the touch of the Emperor, even if it's lightly. So I'll have Larkin give me a tech use check. This will be pretty. Oh shoot! Hold on 1 second. I don't have my little cheat sheet up here. I think it's pretty easy. I'm going to say you have plus 20.
Okay. Blind again.
Yeah, if you could do blind, that'd be good. Not that I don't trust you.
I rolled some dice.
Oh God.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Well, I'll tell you just because it's pretty. You rolled a 2, Paul. So.
I see everything.
Paul laying down the deuce.
Yeah, so you are able to bring the full brunt of the ship's auspices on the system, and Yeah, so you're able to. I didn't realize I was going to reveal quite as much. So
Wait, was 2 good or bad in that one?
2's really good. You want to
Yeah.
roll under.
Better. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's D100, and you're rolling against a target. So if Paul's trying to roll at or under 50, 2's pretty good. You also, in some cases, get a degree of success or failure, which is dependent on how many. So, like, if the target was 50 and you rolled 35,
Like
you're a
10s, right?
full. Yeah, you're a full 10 under the 50 at least, so you get an extra degree of success. So Paul, you got 6 degrees of success, so that's
Nice.
pretty good there.
The astropath just starts clapping.
All right, so yeah, you are able to scan the system. You collect the mass of the star. It's pretty large red star, and you are only able to find a single planet in the system. It's a gas giant, and there's an asteroid field a little farther in from where the gas giant is, with the extra. You're able to kind of finesse from the system that there is a moon around the main planet, and that there is radioactivity coming from that moon. So most likely there's a population there. And you're also able to pick up what could potentially be other moons, but they seem to be within the sphere of the planet. So you note an anomaly, kind of there, of like this doesn't stream. It's kind of when you push the system, it's kind of like this doesn't compute, and yeah, so that's what you find.
Hmm. It's a perfect spot for a your mom joke.
That's no
Yeah.
moon. That's your mom. Ooh, Obi-Wan with a burn.
So does Larkin want to share any of this with the rest of the crew, or?
Yeah, I'll give a full rundown to the captain. There appears to be habitation on the moon as well as the planet, and the sensors are registering anomalies. There appears to be moons within the planet. Very strange readings. The cogitators do not know what to do with this information.
So Tempest, being a scholastic expert on astromancy, would this would pique her interest and her skill sets. So if you want to make an astromancy roll with Paul's extra information and like thorough tech compute out, you would have. I'm going to give you plus 20 on this one. It'll come up with a window, and then you can put modifier 20 in there, and then hit roll. Oh, did you? Oh, you didn't do. Did you do the blind roll? That's okay.
Nope. I see it. Womp womp.
All right.
Okay, was the modifier supposed to be plus 20 or minus 20?
Plus 20.
Well, yeah, I'll have you roll it behind the screen. Yeah. Do you have it set
No.
to blind? There you go.
Privately, yeah.
She's just throwing dice all over the room.
Third roll's a charm.
All right.
First roll is no good. Second one, we can do better.
They're flying like Paul's.
So, yeah, you're able